So it's finally here. It's the day of your driving test, and I'm going to give you some quick tips that are going to help things run smoothly and hopefully give you a better chance of passing. Your first tip then is your driving license. You've got to put it somewhere safe. You've got to have it ready so when you leave the house it's either in your pocket or in your hand. The amount of times I've picked people up and I've said to them as they get to the car, have you got your license? Oh, it's on the table at home. So remember, bring your driving license along, put it in your pocket, put it in your wallet, put it wherever it's going to be safe so you don't forget it. Tip number 2 is give yourself plenty of time to get to where the test centre is. So if the test centre is half an hour away, give yourself about 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer, so that if you get stuck in traffic, then you've got time, you're not panicking. And if you're going to be taking your test in rush hour traffic, like say 8 in the morning, then you need to give yourself a lot more time to get to the test centre area. So give yourself a good 45 minutes, maybe longer than that, depending. Or even better still, do a trial run the week before to see what it's like traffic-wise, and that'll help you, because last thing you want to be doing is sat in traffic thinking, oh, the time is, I'm going to miss the start of my driving test. Because if you miss the start of the driving test, you know, better take it. Another quick tip then, all the 4 manoeuvres, which are reverse into a parking space, drive into a parking space, park on the right and parallel park. One of them manoeuvres is probably going to be your worst manoeuvre. Practice it on the day of your driving test. Don't try and squeeze in all 4 manoeuvres because you're going to be overworking yourself. But work on the worst one, because all of them should be quite good at this point. And if you're worried about you're not going to have time, work on the day before, a couple of days before. So on the day of the driving test, make sure you work on that worst one, so that if it crops up on your driving test, you've had a go at it that day. You've arrived in the area where the driving test centre is. Have a drive round within a mile of the test centre. You know, do some side roads. Look for something that's cropping up that day that's not normal day. It could be a road closure, or it could be some road works where they've got one lane closed, or for whatever reason, someone's broke down in the corner. So have a drive round, get a feel for what it's like in the test centre, because that's where it's going to start and that's where it's going to finish. So just say your driving test is at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a sign outside the test centre that says don't arrive till 5 minutes before. Now, what you don't want to be doing is being the last inside that test centre, because if you arrive there last, you're probably going to get the worst spot in the corner, and you're going to have to reverse into that spot, because if it's got a car park there, you're probably going to have to reverse into a space. So get outside the test centre 15 minutes before. Practice your show me tell me questions with your family member or your instructor, and when it gets to like 6 minutes before, start to go in. All right, don't go in any earlier, because there could be cars who are coming out from the previous test. So at the start of your driving test, you've signed the iPad, you've shown them a license, you've done your show me question, and you've done your eyesight test. And the examiner's sat in the car, you explain the test to them. Listen to what they're saying, get used to the voice, because they could be quite loudly spoken, they could be quite quietly spoken. And once you get used to it, it'll calm you down, because that first few minutes is quite important. So you've got to be switched on. So be prepared when they say to you, start the engine when you're ready. You might get a reverse into a parking space straight away. So they might say, drive out the space, go to the left or right, get yourself parallel and reverse into that space. So be prepared for that. Or they might say to you, we're going to follow the sat nav straight away. So be prepared for that. So be switched on. So when they say start the engine, you're not thinking, oh, it's going to start in a few minutes. It's starting now, so be ready for that. So you're driving around on your driving test, and someone else in front of you does something stupid. Don't let it put you off. Concentrate on what you should be doing for the next few seconds ahead of you and around you. So check your mirrors and check your blind spots if you think you need to. And just focus on what you should be doing to get out of that problem. If you make a mistake yourself, it's gone. It's gone behind you now. It's finished. Concentrate on what you should be doing. Don't be put off by a mistake that you've made. You've realised that you've been out now for 30-35 minutes and you're on the way back to test centre. Don't switch off. The last 5 minutes of your driving test are so important to stay focused, because if you switch off thinking I've drove fantastic now, then you're going to do something stupid, either near the test centre or driving to the test centre. So be prepared for anything, and when you're driving to the test centre, if it's busy, watch out for other cars coming out. be careful. And remember, the test is not finished until you're parked up, you've secured the car, handbrake, neutral, and engine off. That's when it's finished. Good luck on the driving test. If these quick tips have helped you, fantastic, and stay focused.